In this video I'll be testing out the new Garden Wizard. It is one of the units that does freezing and slowing at the same time, so I'm really excited to test it out. Just before the video starts, make sure to like and subscribe. We're on our way to 75,000 subscribers. And anyway, let us hop into a toxic facility game. Impossible mode, here we go. I wonder if the Garden Wizard can solo the entire impossible toxic facility. I'm really excited to see how well it does. It obviously looks very good. And oops, we leaked a few of these early game units, but we are fine anyway. Should be able to upgrade the prism leaf a bit. Let's just try and get both of these prism leaves to max level as soon as possible. That would be able to handle all the early game enemies. We should be able to thrive in early game. And the Garden Wizard, from first glance, it does have a very small range at its initial level. So I do need to bear in mind that I should upgrade it very quickly after I place it down, or else it's just going to be useless. I'm going to place down another prism leaf up front, just to get hold of all the early game units, enemies. The wizard also looks very cool. I mean, the appearance has got a little witch hat and stuff like that. Decorations look very decent. I'm going to upgrade the wizard, and we leaked one of these enemies. Shouldn't be much of a problem though. I'm going to upgrade the wizard even more. At max level it does have around 50 range, 30 range, so it is a decent. It also does slowing, which is a really big advantage of using this unit. It does slightly more compared to the ice butts, and it also has confusion and other abilities like that. It casts spells with many attack types like damage, freeze, stun, fire and confusion. A really overpowered unit if you ask me. I'm really excited to see how well it does in impossible mode in toxic facility. It's going to be a bit challenging, but after all I think it will make it pretty far. It does like a confusion plan, and at the same time it's like the ice butts and the hell root. At the same time it does fire damage. I think this is one of the first all-rounded units in the game. The spells are really overpowered if you consider that it literally does every single possible ability that the game has to offer. And now the Moon Rat boss is burning already, and now it's confused and is stunned with ice, and we're kind of leaking some stuff over here. This isn't looking good. I'm going to max out the wizard, and we kind of got overwhelmed. Perhaps I should upgrade the wizards a little bit earlier. I think I upgraded them a bit too late. I'm just going to place down and focus on the prism leaves at the start. Perhaps that can get us a bit further to the game. I mean, one big disadvantage of the wizard though is that it does single target DPS, but I mean, it's kind of like a support unit, so you don't need to expect it doing crazy AoE damage, or else it's just going to be too overpowered. If it does the ice or whatever buffs against the enemies with AoE damage, that's just going to be too overpowered. It can literally stun all of the enemies in its range, then that wouldn't be practical for the game to develop well. There would be no point of using other support units. And still, I consider the wizard as a support or a mid-game DPS. It shouldn't be used for late game for DPS, but for support I definitely recommend using the wizard. An all-rounder support unit, but of course still bring your confusion plan is way better at confusing enemies. It's literally the best of the best. I don't think the wizard confusion ability can match that of confusion plant, because the confusion plant is meant for doing the confusion ability, but the wizard has a small chance of doing so, so it's less useful compared to the confusion plant. I mean, it also does slowing and some good amount of damage. I do believe that it does fewer damage compared to the Petal Ray. I think the Petal Ray does 2,500 at max level, but the wizard only does 2,200, so that's a small disadvantage. But I mean, again, you wouldn't use the wizard for DPS. It shouldn't be meant for DPS. Some fire damage, confused and ice damage, really good with their wizard ability. A really unique unit. Look forward to see more of these creative units from the developers. I mean, it's really cool. I mean, the units in the previous few updates are all very good. I mean, the Tesla Flora, that was like, what can I say, revolutionary. It's really insane. Like all of these types of cool units, the devs should make more. The wizard cast spells, that is a really unique feature, many towers don't have that. I'm going to place down another wizard. Hopefully we can make it past wave 21 this time. Nope, the enemies are just too good and too hard for us to handle. I don't think I can place down any more wizards, so I think we'll just lose here. But you know what, since the wizard is a support unit, I'm just going to bring the petal ray for one last run, so you can see how actually the wizard is a support unit, and let us see if both of the units can solo Toxic Impossible together. So impossible mode, here we go. The petal ray would be solely for DPS, the prism leaf for early game, and the wizard for support. We're going for an all-rounded run this time, just to show how overpowered the wizard can actually be. I haven't really won a run with the wizard yet. Maybe this can be the one. I'm really excited to see how it does late game along with the petal ray as DPS. The petal ray isn't that strong of a DPS, so it really requires the wizard to do some crazy buffs. The wizard does do a damage buff, but just now I only have 3 of them placed down, and I don't think the wizard can buff itself's damage. We definitely need one of these DPS units just to hold the enemies back and show how strong and powerful the buffs of the wizard truly is. And we're going to place down the petal ray over here. Remember that the petal ray was a must-have unit during the summer holiday. Back then it was one of the most overpowered units in the game that you can get. But now I don't think anybody really uses it anymore. We've got tons of overpowered units. But before it was a really strong unit. Now we're going to make it strong again with the wizard. And I think the devs also updated the animations of the petal ray. It looks so cool right now. It's got a cannon and the attacks are really cool. But anyway, we aren't focusing on the petal ray for this video, we're focusing on the wizard. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to try and upgrade this petal ray to max level. And I'm going to place down another one, and then I'll start with the wizards before placing down all of the remaining petal rays. That should be the best option for us. If we make it past till wave 20 with the petal rays, we should be fine. A bit expensive with the petal ray upgrades. The petal ray is also very good for beginners, especially in the survival mode. Really cheap to upgrade, good for early to mid game, perhaps late game in some easier difficulties. Max level petal ray, witch down. Wait, hang on, we killed the Immune Rat boss in the blink of an eye. Maxed out witch. Wait, no, wizard, not witch. I'll just place down a few of them for the buffs, of course. I don't see us losing this game. So we're literally just using 2 5-star units. We're not using any 6 stars. If we can beat this wave, we can beat Toxic Impossible, then that would be a huge breakthrough. Only 3 units, all of them being 5 stars. That is a really good news to hear. 3 maxed out petal rays. We should be able to handle the crowds in time. Perhaps not this one. We leaked 1 enemy. Shouldn't be much of a problem. We kinda lost. Perhaps the petal ray wasn't strong enough, but either way, the Garden Wizard was really a strong unit in terms of buffing. I consider it as a support, not a DPS. I'll see you next time.